This is Cycle 1, Week 18, Great Artists. We are going to work on El Greco this week, which directly translates into the Greek. And this is not his actual name. I put his actual name on your sheet, and it might be kind of fun to write it on the board and have everyone just kind of sound it out and just see what they think it is, because there's a lot of letters in it, and I'm not going to try for you. So our 3 facts is, number 1, he was a painter, sculptor, and architect. So a little bit like Michelangelo, but a few less things. So number 2 is that he left Crete, which is in Greece, and to study art in Venice, in Italy, where most of these guys that we've been studying the whole time were practicing. And so he thought, like, oh, I'm just going to go where everyone's going. But lo and behold, he actually left there and went to Spain, and that's when he became famous. So kind of a cool story that he went there to think, like, this is where I'm going to go to get famous, and he didn't go there and get famous. He ended up going to Spain, and that's where he got recognized. And number 3, he used really cool colors, blue colors in religious paintings, and he was one of the first people to show feeling, to show expression in art. If you want to look back on a lot of the other ones, they're just very stoic. Like, we've shown dimension, we've shown color, we've shown whatever, but we haven't shown emotion. So this is one of the first guys to show emotion. This is his self-portrait. This is not that. This is his self-portrait. This is the view of Toledo, so a city in Spain. Again, just a lot of color, a lot of vivid. This one is going to be great if you show all of the guys. You can kind of see that there's a lot of different emotion on their faces. You can tell that this is probably a somber scene, and you can kind of guess what's happening. And it is the burial of a count, so you can tell that something sad is going on because they have expression on their faces. And this is St. John the Baptist. Again, this is that cool blue color that he likes to use for his paintings. So those are some examples of his work. Again, this is a good one. How does it make you feel? What is it missing? What have we seen? What have we not seen from other artists? You can compare them, and you can maybe go over the other artists that we have learned this week. Put the sticky back on and paper clip it, please. So, sorry, I should go back to this. So what you can tell, he's kind of elongated. No one's face is that, long, and he was really known for accentuating, that's not a good one to example this, but he was really known for accentuating people and their figures, like to have longer legs and longer arms. And so that's what we're going to do today. So you have 2 different options for your class. One's going to be more detailed, one's less detailed. You have a snowman, and you have El Greco himself to do the activity with. I did the snowman just to show you what it's like. So you take the snowman. I think for my class and Heidi for our class, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually cut these lines. Let's see if you can see. Yeah. So there's little lines in there. I'm actually going to cut this whole thing out for us. And I think that's just going to be easier than kids dealing with scissors. So, but for bigger kids, you're going to cut out all those lines. Try and keep those numbers in order, because this is what you're going to do. You're going to glue it onto a normal 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper with a glue stick. And you have each single rung. And then with a black Mr. Scented, it's not a Sharpie, you are going to fill in the lines. So this is what the snowman started like, and this is what he kind of ended like. And there can be interpretations of, what needs to happen. I use the edge of the paper because the spacing in between the lines is not nearly as important as the spacing that it is even over here, so you can at least like match up the eyes and stuff. He didn't necessarily draw wrong, like he just drew elongated figures. He didn't draw crazy figures where the eyes might be slanted like this or something. So we do want to keep it a little bit in relation to, so we don't want one piece here and another piece taped over here and the next piece right here. We do want to kind of keep that straight. So either draw a line down your paper or just use the side of your paper. For the littlest kids, I'm going to call this good, and I am just going to let them use colored pencil because we haven't used those yet. I'm going to let them use these colored pencils and just color this in. Put a name tag on the back, and then they're going to be done. For the older kids, I think it'd be really fun for them to take a piece of tracing paper and put that over and use a pencil and really, because what can happen is some of these lines, they can fix them and they can make them the way that they're supposed to be and really make it like a really long, elongated snowman. Again, this isn't a great definition of it because it does just cut a piece of paper in half. But if you can, you know, make this line really smooth around, I think that would be really fun. And then you can also like take some liberty and take this belly button and make it really, or button and make it really long like this one is. We will get you some tracing paper for that. I don't think there's any in your bins. So that's that. And then also the other activity is if they just want to take a sheet of paper and make something, use an example, use a snowman, use a flower, use a person, and just make a really long, this is a great sheet of paper as a setup to make a really long figure. I am not going to do this with my class, and I don't think Heidi will either. I wouldn't recommend it. I'm just going to give this to the 4 bigger classes. And also, if you don't get to this, I think just take it home and just tell your parents, hey, I sent you home with a long, it's 11 by 14. I sent you, or anyway, 12 by 14? I don't, 11 by, oh, that's 11 by, I sent you home with a long 11 by 14 sheet of paper. This will be great to practice El Greco and elongating some sort of figure. It can be anything that he did. I mean, it can be a face, it can be a person. I mean, he was known for elongating humans, like their faces, their arms, their legs, but it doesn't have to be that. A flower, something like that. And that is it. If there's any extras, send them home with kids or throw them away. But I don't need the extras of anything. And